Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to New Orleans Jazz Museum. I'm Ranger Kerry Lewis. I'm here on behalf of New Orleans Jazz National Historical Park. It is indeed our pleasure to honor our partnership with the Jazz Museum in bringing you quality programming. With that being said, the National Park's mission is to protect, preserve, and promote further appreciation for our nation's natural, cultural, and historical resources. With the New Orleans Jazz National Historical Park and the New Orleans Jazz Museum, our resource happens to be our music. Most notably, today, you're going to be viewing one of the masters of New Orleans music, in particularly our piano styles, hence the name of the program today, our Piano Hour. The piano styles that spawned here out of New Orleans music and further birth other piano styles elsewhere. To help bring to the stage, noted composer, recording, as well as performing artist. I call him my musical dad. His name is Mr. Rickie Monie. Hold that, it's dangerous in my hand.
How's everybody? Don't get quiet on me now. I'm going to play for you several different styles of music today. The first two songs I'm going to play, gospel music, religious music has a very important role in the development of jazz. So I'm going to play two religious songs in the beginning for two reasons. Because it was the beginning and it helped in the development of jazz. Secondly, New Orleans has lost a true treasure. One of our musicians had a tragic death a few days ago. So I'm going to honor in his memory these first two songs. The Lord's Prayer, and then His Eyes on the Sparrow. It's an old hymn that was written back in 1893 by Charles H. Gabriel. And then I'll go from there into a jazz mode and some ballads, okay? And we'll have a Q&A maybe after the 6th, 7th song, okay? All right, so get your questions together. next song is like I said, it's a hymn. And what I'm going to do in this one, I was classically trained, but then I wanted to start making some money, so I got into jazz. I wanted to see the world, which I've done. I retired from the road in August of 2016. I've been just about everywhere, played just about everywhere. I traveled a lot with Preservation Hall Jazz Band. I still play at Preservation Hall, but I don't travel anymore. I'm 72 years old. I've had enough airports and hotels and hot dogs. So this is what I do now. Hope you enjoy my rendition of His Eyes on a Sparrow. And if you don't, please don't let anybody know you heard me play this, okay? Thank you very much. Now I'm going to play a song that has nothing to do with New Orleans. It's a song that Louis Armstrong used to open his concerts with, a song entitled Back Home in Indiana. Anybody here from Indiana? You are. Well, I hope you recognize this song by the time I finish this autopsy up here. Song written by Spencer Williams, very popular song here in New Orleans. In fact, it was named after one of the streets in New Orleans. This is the Basin Street Blues. Anybody knows this song? All right, thank you. next song was written by Hoagie Carmichael, and it was named after the city of New Orleans. The song was simply entitled New Orleans. This is a rag I wrote years ago, and I named it after my mother, Estonia. That was My One and Only Love. Anybody recognize that song? You did? Okay, great. All right, the time has come for you to participate. Anybody has any questions? Yes, sir.
At the end of the intro to your Sparrow, we saw your preservation hall up, by the way.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You do a cool like list down in thirds or something? Are you listening? Are you playing?
At the very end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah. That's a secret. Yeah, I do use thirds, so you do have a good ear, and yeah, and it happens so fast. It sounds like a whole lot of stuff going on, but it's really not that much. It's just the way you do it. And sure, yeah.
Quite welcome. What makes something a rag?
It's a style. Yeah, rag music is a style. Usually, it's like if you ever listen to Scott Joplin, he was the master of that style. It's the rhythm, yeah. Yeah, it is. No, no, just music, mostly piano. Mhm. Anybody else? Yes, sir. I'm sorry. I am playing at the Jazz Fest with the Crescent City Six. That is, I think, May 24th. Look on the schedule. Crescent City Six. Yeah. Sure.
How many years have you been playing?
I started when I was 8. And my father was a pianist. He taught me and brought me as far as he could, but you know how father and son are. You know, the son, I always thought I knew more than my dad. So they eventually hired a private teacher. I took private lessons, and then when I was in school, I wanted to be in the band with the rest of my friends. You know, one played the trombone, one played the clarinet. So I talked to the band director. I said, I sure would like to get in the band. He said, well, what instrument do you play, or what would you like to play? I said, I play piano. He said, well, this is not that type of band where we use a piano. So he said, you need to pick up a wind instrument. So I wanted to play trombone, and I went home and asked my mom, could she afford one? She could not afford a trombone. And went back to the band director, and he said, well, I have a clarinet that is in need of repair. He sent me home with that, and my parents had that clarinet repaired. Make a long story short, I ended up majoring in woodwinds. I'm actually a clarinet player. But I've always played piano, and I studied pipe organ in college. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes.
When you traveled the world, what was the most difficult or harsh environment that you ever played in?
Okay. When I traveled the world, I'm trying to think of which one. When I traveled the world, this is the question. What was the most harsh environment I ever played in? Well, I was traveling with the Olympia Brass Band. I was playing clarinet with that band, and we had a trip, a 6-week trip over to West Africa. I'll make this short too. When we got to Africa, half of our equipment was missing. Yeah, they had stolen our equipment, but we still were able to do the job. And I'll give you another one that's similar to that one. Went to Moscow, and we played 2 concerts there. We took a train going to St. Petersburg. When we got to St. Petersburg, there were these guys just helping with the luggage, and you know. Then they wanted $5,000 for our luggage, or they were going to kill the bus driver. So I talked to the interpreter. I said, well, there's the police right over there. Can you get them to help us? He said, oh, no, they in with it too, you know. And that's my 2 worst experiences, yeah, as a musician. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Do you think your clarinet playing has influenced your piano playing, giving you a different perspective than other pianists have?
Yes, it has. It has. They work sort of hand in hand. The clarinet, I get a lot of ideas from a horn, and when I play the clarinet, I understand structure. So I'm able to embellish whatever I'm playing a little bit better on clarinet because I understand chords, I understand the structure of the songs. Mm-hmm. Yes.
How long did it take you to write your song for your mother? Was she around to hear it?
I actually put that song together in about 3 days. Yeah. had an idea and just developed it over the 3-day period. I have another one that I wrote very recently, and I named this one after my wife, Lydia Ann. It's a more modern type. I play different styles of music. I guess you noticed that. This one is a bit more modern than anything else that I've played. I'll play a little bit of it for you. Yeah. Thank you. So a lot of the, and I've done another modern song that was recorded by a trumpet player here, he and his band, and it's called Monie. It's modern. A lot of that modern stuff I can write. I have some of the ideas to put them together, but I can't play them because I don't play that style. I can hear, but I can't, I have to stay in my lane sometimes. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
You said that you were classically trained.
Yeah.
So how did you make the transition to jazz?
Making the transition from classical to jazz was a bit difficult. I still struggle with improvisation because it's spontaneous. And
Question, can you learn how to improvise?
of course, you can learn to improvise by listening. It's all here. It's not written. I've played with symphonies under the direction of Marvin Hamlish, Eric Kunzel at the trying to think of the Kennedy Center, and at Symphony Hall. And we play songs with the Symphony Preservation Hall Jazz Band, play songs with the symphony. This was their pop series. And we'd go back every year. The guys in the symphony were amazed at how we could play without reading the music, and they were tied down to the music, How do you guys do it? I said, well, we just do it, That's the thing about jazz and about New Orleans jazz. If I play the same song twice, it's not going to sound the same because I get my inspiration from maybe the audience, maybe a piece of dust on the piano. Any kind of distraction, will send you in a different way, in a different direction. If you go to a symphony and listen at Bach or Chopin, you're going to hear the same thing every time, the same way, no matter what orchestra you're listening to, because they're reading the music, and each note has to have its own value. The melody has to say the same, and you will hear that same concert every time you go, exactly the same. You come to one of our concerts, and it's totally different each time. If I play a song back to back, it would be, I could not play the same notes because I can't remember them. This stuff is, like I say, it's spontaneous improvisation. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Do you have a favorite song that's a go-to for you?
I do have a favorite song, and I love to hear Louis Armstrong sing this song, What a Wonderful World. I'll play that for you in a minute. That's one of my favorite songs, and another one is Cry Me a River, made popular by Julie London in the 50s. Let me get into that while you're thinking of some more questions, okay?
How many hours a day do you practice?
I'm practicing right now.
I
The question was, how many hours a day do I practice? Really don't have, unless I'm trying to write a song or do an arrangement of something. That's when I actually sit down at the piano and study, and concentrate on a particular subject. But I play just about every day. And I don't play solo piano every day. I'm usually playing with a band. Tonight I'm working at the Toulouse Theater. There's a private event there tonight from 5:30 to 9:30, so I'll be playing with a band over there. Last night I played at Preservation Hall. Yeah, I play at Mahogany Hall. I play just all over the city. On the weekends I play at church. I play organ at church. Yeah. Yep. Christian Unity Baptist Church. It's a Baptist church located 1700 Conti Street, right on the corner of Conti and Claiborne. And that service begins at 10 o'clock. Usually out by 11:30, so don't be late. On Saturdays, I play at a Seventh-day Adventist church. That's on Gawain Drive. That's in New Orleans East. And I play organ there also. Mm-hmm.
I had a question about the number of cats that sing and play
Mm-hmm.
in town. It seems to be a really strong tradition. Like last night at Preservation, your drummer sang, your bassist was amazing. It was awesome. So is that kind of a New Orleans thing? Is that, I didn't find that in Boston or New York so much.
Well, yeah, usually more times than not, pianists do sing. I mean, you look at Nat King Cole and those guys, man, Ray Charles. Yeah.
That's singing.
I don't sing because I know I sing flat. So I don't. This ear, I only have about 35% hearing in this ear. This one is pretty much okay, but I can't hear as well as I used to. I used to sing in the university choir when I was in college, but I don't even try to sing now. No. Because I know it sounds bad. I don't need anybody to tell me it sounds bad. Yes?
What advice would you give to an aspiring musician?
I didn't hear that.
What advice would you give to aspiring musicians?
Oh, okay. An aspiring musician, what advice? Well, practice every day. And every day, there are 2 times you should practice. What are those 2 times? When you feel like it and when you don't. Practice every day. Spend a lot of time, make your instrument an extension of you. And when you get to the point where you can create, then it becomes a part of you. Yeah. Yes?
Do you have a favorite piano?
Yes. Actually, I have 2. I was a Steinway artist when I was really out there playing music. And actually, let's see, about 2 years ago, I went to the Yamaha company. I'm a Yamaha artist now. So I've been Steinway now. And I like them both. I love them. Yeah. Okay.
Who are some big names you've played with?
Big names I've played with. Okay. I did a concert for Peace. And I played with Stevie Wonder. I played and then recorded with the Del McCurry band. Like I said, I play different styles of music. Del McCurry is a bluegrass artist. I play with a lot of people. I can't even think of who I played with, to tell you the truth. But if you Google my name, R-S-E-K-I-E-M-O-N-I-E, it'll tell you a lot about me. There are pages throughout my career. I've been traveling a very long time. You learn a lot about me. Yes.
What do you do when you're traveling and the piano's out of tune?
Okay. What do you do when you're traveling and the piano is out of tune? And you have an audience there? You have to grin and bear it. Yeah, you just have to go through the pain. But usually, that does not happen with me now, because I play on exclusively Yamaha pianos when I'm performing. And usually, if I'm playing on a different brand piano, they'll put a piece of tape on it. But I didn't want them to tape this piano. This piano is made by Steinway. But I'm exclusively working with Yamaha now. And the piano, it's in my rider that piano be tuned and dusted. Yeah, before I play, yeah. Mm-hmm. And you can find my rider on the Yamaha website. And that's in there for sure. Yeah.
Piano, organ, clarinet, which one do you love best to play?
Which one do I love best to play out of piano, clarinet, and organ? I like the organ. I play B3. I play pipe organ too, but I like the B3 organ. That's what I play on Sundays and Saturday at the churches, because I have an whole orchestra right there with me. The pedals and my bass, and I can just change registrations and make that thing sound like I want it to sound, and the way I feel, bring out my inner feelings a little bit better on the organ. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
What pianist do you like?
Oh, I love Oscar Peterson. I had an opportunity to meet Oscar Peterson when I played at the North Sea Jazz Festival years ago. He was performing there. And I like Teddy Wilson, all the old guys. Yeah, yeah. Art Tatum, Meade Lux Lewis.
Did Tatum learn how to play by the piano rolls? I've heard that legend, that he learned how to play by player piano.
That I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I know he's got some flying fingers. I can guarantee you that. This guy does things that doesn't seem possible on the piano. He's just so fast and accurate. All right. That's it. I think we have time for one more selection. Let's see, what's that going to be? See if you recognize this one. I've played this one at a million weddings. Thank you. That's a little New Orleans style piano playing. Yeah. Okay. I think our park ranger is on his way up here. Let me say something about this young man. He's one of the finest. Oh, he's walking back. He's one of the finest bassists in New Orleans. He's just, yeah. Yes, indeed. I enjoy playing with him. He's just magnificent.
We have the green. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out and sharing with us. Once again, how about a warm round of applause? Mr. Rickie Monie. You were indeed treated to a good treat. We host programming as such every day that we're open at the National Park Service for 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We hold Ranger Talks at 10 o'clock. You can check out our website or make your way down to the visiting center, pick up a schedule. I know as well as here at the New Orleans Jazz Museum, they hold daily presentations, check out their website, New Orleans Jazz Museum. Once again, the treat you've been treated to today, Mr. Rickie Monie.